impressions. The assembly rooms buzzed with the drone of polite conversation, a sound Elara found more tiresome than a swarm of bees. She watched the dancers twirl under the chandeliers, a sea of silk and forced smiles. "Must we endure this every season, Clara?" she murmured to her sister, whose gentle nature found joy even in such rigid affairs. Then a hush fell as Mr. Allister entered, his fortune as vast as the silence that now filled the room. He was tall and impeccably dressed, but his face was a mask of indifference. He exchanged a few quiet words with his companion, the amiable Mr. Davies, before retreating to a corner, surveying the room as if it were an auction of uninteresting livestock. Elara, hidden behind a potted palm, overheard Mr. Davies suggest he dance with her. "She is tolerable," Mr. Allister replied, his voice low but clear, "but not handsome enough to tempt me." The words, sharp and cold, struck Elara like a slap. In that instant, her opinion of him was set in stone. He was the proudest, most disagreeable man in the world. A few days later, Elara made the acquaintance of Mr. Finch, a man whose charm was as effortless as his smile. He spoke of Mr. Allister with a sorrowful air, weaving a tale of a promised inheritance stolen and a reputation ruined by Allister's cruel pride. Elara listened, her dislike for Allister hardening into righteous anger. Despite his best efforts to remain aloof, Allister found his eyes drawn to Elara. She was not like the other young women, with their practiced pleasantries. He watched her debate politics with the vicar and heard her clever, cutting remarks. He was intrigued by the very fire he had initially dismissed. To Elara's utter astonishment, Mr. Allister called on her one afternoon. Awkwardly, and against all sense of propriety, he confessed his admiration. "In vain I have struggled. It will not do. My feelings will not be repressed. You must allow me to tell you how ardently I admire and love you." Elara sprang to her feet, her heart pounding with indignation. "How could you possibly expect me to accept a man who has ruined the happiness of my dear friend Mr. Finch?" she demanded, her voice trembling with anger. "I have never desired your good opinion, and you have certainly bestowed it most unwillingly." The next day, on her morning walk, Allister intercepted her. His face was pale, but his resolve was firm. Without a word, he handed her a letter and bowed stiffly before striding away. Confused, Elara broke the seal. As she read, the world tilted. The letter detailed Mr. Finch's deceit, his gambling debts, and his predatory pursuit of Allister's young sister for her fortune. Allister's pride had been the protection of his family. Elara sat on a nearby bench, the letter trembling in her hand. She had been blind, utterly and completely blind, misled by her own prejudice. Months later, they met again by chance. The air between them was heavy with unspoken words until Elara found her voice. "Mr. Allister," she began, her cheeks flushed, "I was wrong. My pride and prejudice misled me. Can you forgive me?" A slow smile touched his lips, erasing the last of his sternness. "I believe we were both at fault," he said softly. "Perhaps we might start again."
Subscribe to the channel and like the bell icon. Thanks for watching LevelUp Talks production. See you soon again.